So our next question that we asked our the people that we interviewed on the street was, the Democrats and the Republican are the two known parties, and can you name a third party? As you can see from the graph, there are other parties besides Democrats and Republicans. So let's talk about that. We all know the major parties across the country today are Democrats and Republicans, but there are also other parties out there, such as the Libertarians and the Green Party. So how did we end up with two super parties in the US? History says in 1789, the two-party system didn't exist. In 1800, we saw the creation of what was known as the Democratic Republican Party, which is ironic as it would become what is today also known as the two separate parties. Democrats are known as the will of the people, and Republicans are known as the rule of the law. In 1828, Andrew Jackson became the first president known as a Democrat, and they actually held the White House until around 1860. In 1856, we saw the birth of the Republican Party, and Abraham Lincoln arrived on the political scene. Elected in 1860, Lincoln was a Republican president. History also tells us that 1864 was marked as the beginning of the two-party system, and differences between both parties became apparent. Republicans held power for 72 years versus the 16 years that have been held by Democrats until 1929, when the Great Depression occurred. Democrats then gained power and held it until 1968, with a few exceptions of Republicans gaining office in between. Democrats became the party of the people, the voice of the poor and the middle class, and supporters of labor movements. Republicans were viewed as the party of the states and its rights, in favor of tax cuts for the wealthy and looking for ways to reduce the government and its spending. Third parties have been around for many years. Two of the most known are the Libertarian that was founded in 1971 and the Green Party that was founded in 1991. In our upcoming presidential election, we have a candidate running who's in the Green Party. However, the problems that face most third parties is the inability to raise campaign funds or lack of the popular vote and support to get the candidate placed on the ballot. Third parties are often responsible for influencing the focus on a particular issue during election cycles, thereby, creating the power to force our candidates within the two major parties to have to address major issues and concerns for the people. Third parties can also be responsible for taking votes away from one major candidate, which in effect causes the candidate to lose the election. Many in history attribute the loss of Al Gore's run for president in the year 2000 to the Green Party candidate, Ralph Nader. It's believed that Nader's candidacy and ability to get on several ballots created the split amongst the Democratic voters, and it cost Gore the bid for his presidency.